Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 1-6, and it's building fluency with 2s and 5s, meaning really getting your multiplication facts that have a factor of 5 or 2, and building your fluency, meaning to make you, I guess, quicker when you use them. So, I want to first talk about our target. Here's our multiplication chart. And I've told you that the numbers will crash into each other to get the answer. The two factors will crash into each other to get the answers. So if we talked about number 1, it says discuss how you can use the target to find the product for 8 times 5. You should know, that you can go 8, or 8 and 5 run into each other to get 40. Okay? Some of you might not like to do it that way. Some of you might want to just drag your fingers down to where they crash. Well, I have just a square. You could always use a piece of paper to do it. So if you wanted to do 4 times 3, you could take 4 and the 3. Notice the 4 and the 3 are there. And the corner of the paper or the square points to the answer or the product, which is 12. Okay? Consider we're working with 5s and 2s. You could do that with all the 5s. So you have 5 times 4 equals 20. Notice right here is where the corner is pointing to. So you could always do something like that when you are doing your own. Hold on. When you're doing your own and you're trying to figure it out, you are more than welcome to. How did that stay on there? You're more than welcome to do it any way you'd like. In this case, let me try to get rid of that. It's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so I switched it around, sorry. Okay, so take your square or whatever you want to use, the corner of your paper, and you can do something like 4 times 4, and notice the corner points to 16. You can do 5 or 6 times 6, the corner points to 36. Okay, you might want to draw lines down, you might want to crash them into each other, however you want to do it. So let's look at the first one here. It says discuss how you can find the target, or use the target, this is the target up top, to find the product for 8 times 5. Some of you may know 8 times 5 automatically in your head, but if you need to, take your piece of paper, do 8 times 5, because notice you have the 8 up top and the 5 on the left, and the corner is pointing to 40. Okay, so if you want to, it says discuss how you can use the target to practice division. When you do that, what you could do is you could find the 40, and then you could divide it by either side. I'm going to write on this again. You could take a product, which is 40, divided by 8 would equal 5. Or, let's do, see, this is what I don't like. Can't erase it. Darn it. So, you could do something, I'm going to write in black this time to make up for the I can move it. Alright, so if you want to pick a number anywhere in the box below on the target, let's do number 25, and you want to say 25 divided by, we'll take 5 would equal, 25 divided by 5 would equal, I'm having a heck of a time today. Alright, so 25 divided by 5, so let's see, 25 divided by 5 would equal the other factor. And if I need to find the other factor, I can do 25 divided by 5, and I would see that the other factor is 5. Okay, so that's one way you could use this target. You could use all the numbers in the inside, all these numbers in the inside that aren't green, you could use those as products. And then take the product, so if I do 58 and I want to go up, 58 divided by 6 would equal 8. So I want you to play around with this target for a little bit, and then answer number 4 says when using the target, how are multiplication and division alike, and how are they different? Okay, So I want you to play around with that for a little bit. And then, actually, I'm going to have you not play around with it just yet. I want to, let's go over the next page. Okay, it is page 32. And let's look at these problems real quickly. Then I'm going to have you just kind of work on the rest on your own. Okay, Mrs. Cheng bought 8 pairs of mittens. How many individual mittens did she buy? Make an equation, solve the problem. Well, she had 8 pairs, and you know there are 2 mittens on each pair. Gives you 16 mittens. Next one. Brian divided 10 crayons equally between his 2 sisters. How many crayons did each girl get? Well, let's take 10, divided it between his 2 sisters. So if you're having trouble with this one, you could always pull up this chart that I scribbled all over and find 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So there's your answer. I'm going to equal 5 crayons. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to work on 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your own. When you're done with that and you have time, you should have a little bit of time, I want you to work on the next page. And basically I just want you to practice using the target. I want you to turn to a partner that's done, or someone in your group that's done, and I want you to tell them to find a certain number anywhere on here. So if you say, hey, find 45, and tell me what 45 is divided by 5. Sometimes you'll see the product twice. So if you say, okay, what's 16? Tell me 2 factors of 16. Well, you might say, well, 16 has a couple, because 8 times 2 is 16, and 4 times 4 is 16. Or you might have something like the number 4. 4 times 1 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4, and you'll see it twice, both ways, because you'll see it the opposite way, because it's all one family. You'll see 4 times 1 and 1 times 4. So that's how you would find the different ways. So I want you to work on page 32 and finish that up. When you're done, I want you to work with someone on page 31 and just kind of ask them questions.